Have you ever imagined Chainsaw Man in the MCU? It would be pretty crazy. So guys, how are you? I hope you are well. Today I bring you 66 facts you probably didn't know about Chainsaw Man, and for those who don't know me, I'm the Monio, the interdimensional demon who talks the most about Chainsaw Man on YouTube, and you're on my channel. Despite seeming quite current, the story of Chainsaw Man takes place in the year 1997. Chainsaw Man author Tatsuki Fujimoto stated in the manga's first volume that he loves chainsaws, so he created a story focused on them. Outside Chainsaw Man, Fujimoto has done many other manga like Fire Punch for example. The main inspiration of the character Rez came from the movie Jinro the Wolf Brigade, and the author has already declared that she is the character he likes to draw the most. Being a big fan of chainsaws, Fujimoto has already stated that he took great inspiration from the movie The Texas Chainsaw Massacre to make his manga. The character Aki Hayakawa smiles only 5 times during his entire trajectory in the manga, showing that he is a very sad person. The GWS vs Yashida fight had all its choreography inspired by the sequence of the final fight of the movie The Raid 2. In the first character popularity poll held in Japan, Power took first place, followed by Makima, Aki, Rez, and Denji respectively. In that same poll, to the surprise of many, the Kobani car came in 7th, despite not being a real character. The character Quikarikan was inspired by a real chicken, named Mike, who lived for 18 months without his head. Chainsaw Man's devils get stronger and stronger as people are afraid of them, that is, devils with more impactful names, which refer to common fears, are much more powerful, like the Darkness Devil for example. The inspiration for Power's personality came from 2 other characters. They are Eric Cartman from South Park, and the other was Walter Subject from The Big Lebowski. Denji appears in the form of Chainsaw Man as an Easter egg, among the heroes in chapter 259 of My Hero Academia. The author has already stated that he doesn't consider himself good at doing stunts, but that he felt very proud of the Denji vs Rez fight. The song Little Dark Age became very well known after many fans began to make edits and montages that were very successful, to the point that many were thinking that this was in fact the official theme of Chainsaw Man. But until the moment of recording this video, this song did not appear on the anime's soundtrack. In the world of Chainsaw Man, the Soviet Union never ended. In our world, it ended in 1991. Makima was inspired by a story that the author himself made when he was in high school. In this story, Makima was a character who symbolized domination and control. The way hell was developed and portrayed in Chainsaw Man is to give the impression of something totally misunderstood by humans. There are no smartphones in the world of Chainsaw Man. All the devices we see are simply cordless phones. The reason the story takes place in 1997 and there are no smartphones was that the author thought the narrative would be more interesting if the characters didn't have so many facilities with a lot of distance communication. The author has already stated that he was very careful for the gun devil, not to look like one of Yu-Gi-Oh's cards, the barrel dragon. Hybrids are literally immortal. Until today it was not possible to kill a hybrids in Chainsaw Man. Whenever they suffer a fatal damage, they end up coming back to life moments later, with the pull of their trigger. The final battle of Chainsaw Man was inspired by the movie Kazumonogatari 3, in the fight of Shinobu vs Araragi. Studio Mappa that is producing the Chainsaw Man anime had a leaked information that the anime would be 50% of the animation is done in CGI, but according to the source of the information, it's a very well done CGI, and almost imperceptible. When asked what he wanted to say to overseas fans outside of Japan, Fujimoto replied, "Get Chainsaw Man into the Avengers." The author said in an interview that he did the Kobani dance to improve the mood after a long story. In 2020, Chainsaw Man was the manga with the most recorded deaths. The act of drinking blood can both improve the devil's regeneration and make him stronger. All the damage done to Makima comes back to the Japanese population in the form of illness or accidents, so in a way she is almost immortal. Devils don't actually die in Chainsaw Man. If a devil is killed in the human world he goes to hell, and if he is killed in hell he goes back to the human world, but without the memories of his past lives. There is only one being that can erase the existence of devils and cause them not to be reborn, but I won't say which being it is to avoid spoilers. The author avoids putting religious references in his manga. That's why God and some other concepts were excluded on purpose. That's why devils have generic names and not names of known demons. For Fujimoto, it is very difficult to draw cute little girls, and he always tries hard to draw his female characters, especially Rez, who is the author's favorite character. In the fight between Makima and Denji, Makima cites 4 knights, who are the most powerful devils in the work, and they all want Chainsaw Man's heart. Fujimoto has an imaginary sister, and he twittered her, and sometimes even posts as if she were her. The editors had a meeting with the author of the work, and they said that there was a scene with Makima being cooked that was too heavy to be published in Jump magazine. Fujimoto replied that it's okay if there's no way to include the scene, but he would do it, the drawing, and post it on your Twitter, or maybe your sister's. Once the author asked a mangaka friend of his, which character he would like to survive, and when collecting the information, he did the exact opposite. Fujimoto doesn't show his face, and we don't know if he's a man or a woman, which may seem strange, but in Japan it's common for female authors, for example, to use male pseudonyms. People who were born in the months of April, July, and October are not affected by the gun devil skill. This makes sense in Japanese, as if you put the words together it will form the phrase, those who will not perish by weapons. When someone makes a contract with the devil can ask for whatever he wants in exchange for his powers. It all depends on both sides accepting the conditions imposed. Makima's name is a reference to the word Makita, which is a large Japanese chainsaw manufacturer. The protagonist Denji can swallow anything and absorb 100% of the nutrients without wasting anything. This is an allusion to the fact that he has been hungry for a long time. The author made a promotional drawing of what Captain America would look like if he were in the Chainsaw Man universe, and he would be a devil. There was already a confusion about what Power's hair color would be, as some illustrations made by fans became very famous, and in these illustrations she appeared with pink hair, and for many it was a surprise to discover through the anime that she actually is blonde. Devil in Your Heart was made by the band Sim, which is the same that made the song The Rumbling from the opening of Attack on Titan. In one of the first cover arts that Shonen Jump published with Chainsaw Man, it already gives a big spoiler of the end of the manga because it shows in the reflection of the chainsaw who would be the great villain that Denji would have to face. In the Gun Devil victim list, there are several Easter eggs, including the name of Hajime Izayama, the author of Attack on Titan. The Devil Pokéda was inspired by a miniature chainsaw, and it is practically the same tool. The character Kishibe was inspired by actor Mads Mikkelsen, and you can clearly see the character's resemblance to the actor. Makima owns 7 dogs. This is a reference to the quality of hybrids she controls. So my people, are you enjoying the video? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to follow the next content. The Battle of Denji and Beam vs Rez and Typhoon is in homage to the movie Sharknado, and the fight is full of references to that movie. The fish devil that was defeated by Aki and Himeno are a reference to the walking fish from Gyo, the horror manga by Junji Ito. The best-selling Chainsaw Man licensed product in the world are the Pokéda plush toys, which are a real success. To create most of Chainsaw Man's devils, the author was inspired by tarot cards and black magic books. Despite not showing much, the character Aki Hayakawa is in love with Makima, although he himself doesn't know how it started. In the world of Chainsaw Man, thanks to the existence of the devils, nobody remembers what happened during the Second World War. Characters who are possessed have demonic characteristics visible on their faces, unlike hybrids such as Denji, who always have the appearance of an ordinary human. Weapons are usually given to humans by demons who have the corresponding names, but humans have the full ability to create their own weapons. If we remove the key from Makuma's name, we form the word mama, which refers to the Momo way Denji always looks for things related to motherhood, since the death of his mother. Although the author avoids religious references, in the chapters near the final battle we can see a picture with an illustration of Lucifer, the fallen angel. This is an allusion to what will happen in the story a little later. Makima was inspired by two other anime characters, Benton from the eccentric family, and Haruko Haruhara from FLCL. Due to his difficult life and debt, protagonist Denji had never been to school in his life. The author is careful to moderate the violence in some scenes of the manga. He tries not to put so much detail in certain scenes so that the readers don't feel uncomfortable. Fujimoto has already stated that he just doesn't understand the popularity of some of his characters. Unlike works that explain everything, the author has already declared that many things will go unexplained, like astronauts in hell. If a human devil existed and he was devoured by the Chainsaw Man, all of humanity would cease to exist. Don't forget to leave suggestions in the comments for next topics for videos. That's it my people, until next time, demonic hugs.